MSP employees recycle over 100 tons of paper, plastic, and aluminum at work each year.
I know this. We got to at least make the effort, right?
Well, with no wind outside today, it would have been pretty tough to fly a kite, but this guy can fly a kite with no wind and indoors. This guy is Dave Britton, and today at the Mall of America, he flew a 4-line stunt kite in center court. Britton holds the world's record for indoor kite flying. That record is 4 hours, 4 minutes, and 4 seconds. Britton performs all over the world and has 15 first-place kite contest trophies. I think it's maybe time that he get a job, though.
It's kind of a unique thing.
It is an interesting hobby. I wonder how many people compete with him on that level.
It doesn't look like it. Can you top that?
No, can't. And it would have been difficult to fly a kite or sail a boat or anything else. Well, of course, it'd be hard to sail a boat. There's still ice around.
Yeah.
We don't have any wind right now either. By the time you get up tomorrow morning, there won't be any kite flying around. Cloudy, it'll be cold still. Cold for this time of year. Temperatures will be near 30 degrees. And we'll continue to keep those clouds around. We do have a storm system right now which is making its way through the upper Midwest. That low is currently centered back down in eastern Nebraska, right around Lincoln, Nebraska, but it has spread the clouds over us and some snow across southern Minnesota as well. Here's a look at satellite pictures over the past 24 hours. You can see this storm system start to wind up back in the Dakotas. Now, last night at this time, I told you that most of the energy from this storm would stay to our south, and so far that has held true. We've had 5 inches of snow in Laverne tonight. 10.3 inches of snow have fallen in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. We've had a couple inches as close as Mankato, 2 inches in Rochester, 3 inches in Albert Lee. So they're still getting some snow down there. And they are expecting between 3 and 6 inches of snow along Interstate 90 in extreme southern Minnesota. So there is a snow advisory overnight for the southern third of the state. That does not include the Twin Cities at this time. Here's a look at the radar picture from noon today, and since noon, we had that snow moving toward the Twin Cities, then started to kind of fall apart. But that snow, as I mentioned, made it as close as Mankato, even Cannon Falls, and some of that snow now starting to redevelop back in southwestern Minnesota. We could get some of that snow overhead tonight here in the Twin Cities later on, but it won't be very much, won't be significant, and it won't be 10.3 inches. In the weather guide today, 35 has been the high. Normally on this date, we make it to 40. The low this morning was 25. We've had no precipitation out there. And currently outside, we do have the clouds. The temperature 31 degrees. The dew point 18. We have a light wind right now. The barometer is steady. They had sunshine up in northern Minnesota today. Plenty of it. And those clear skies now are giving way to colder temperatures. Teens up there even single digits. It's 6 in Warroad. But underneath the clouds, temperatures here are in the 20s. We should stay in the 20s probably through the rest of tonight with those clouds, and we'll keep the clouds through most of tomorrow. This storm system will stay to our south tomorrow, but it'll give us the clouds around. Once it does move by, however, some warmer air is on the way. This weekend, that upper airflow has kept most of the warm air down in southwestern U.S., but over the next 3 or 4 days, that warm air is going to be pushing across Minnesota, so this is going to be the first week of spring, and later on this week, it's going to feel like spring. The forecast for the Twin Cities tonight, cloudy. We've got a chance of some light snow out there. 28 for a low with an east-northeast wind at 5 to 10. Then for tomorrow, still cloudy, still a chance of light snow. 35 for a high with an east to southeast wind 5 to 15. Tomorrow night, still cloudy. Some flurries possible, 28 degrees for a low. Going to be kind of hard to get rid of those clouds. But on Tuesday, it'll be partly sunny and warmer. That's how you spell warmer, Brad. 42 will be our high temperature at that time. And Wednesday through Friday, we're looking for temperatures to be right around the low 50s with a chance of some rain. Lows will be in the 30s, so some very mild weather coming up, but it won't be until Wednesday or Thursday, and we'll see some sunshine then, too.
So the first full week of spring is looking
It's looking like
springy.
it'll be very springy out there, yes.
Looks great.
You are what you forecast.
Thank you.
Thanks, Matt.
Oh, thank you.
Remember that.
Well, the Gopher hockey team found out tonight they're in the NCAA tournament. You'll find out who they play next. Plus, a look at the game of the day in basketball, Michigan and UCLA. What a game it was. Ralph John is in next with all the sports.
At First Star, we've got a problem. About 100 million of them, to be exact. You see, we'd rather loan this money than have it just sitting around. That's why we're making it simpler than ever for qualified borrowers. So if you need a loan, come to First Star. We're ready when you are.
I guess I was the first one in the area to buy a new Saturn. In fact, I loved it so much and bragged about it so much that my brother-in-law, Vincent, he bought one. And then my brother Pete, he bought one. Pete's son, Michael. He got one, too. And my daughter down in North Carolina, she bought one. My barber, Joe, he's got one, too.
You notice he don't have a picture of mine because mine's nicer.
You bought the identical car.
The
Same
line
color
guy.
and everything.
Contrary to what you may have heard, spring does not always arrive on schedule. Dayton's anniversary sale has been stretched an extra 6 days, now through Saturday.
Coming up on the 10 o'clock news, Ralph John Fritz. And the sports. Sponsored by Classic, Pinnacle, and Assure 2. What makes them better is you.
We had to build some machine that would stop the compaction of the soil.
Mike Paper is the kind of farmer who likes to do things his own way, whether it's building a belted planter or controlling his weeds. So he goes with Classic, Pinnacle, and Assure 2.
A continuous rubber band, basically.
Uses 1, 2, or all 3.
That oscillates off a center pivot.
And designs his own post-soybean program. Classic, Pinnacle, and Assure 2. What makes them better is you.
Last night, the Gopher hockey team won the WCHA tournament for the first time ever. And with that trophy goes a trip to the NCAA tournament. But it's going to be a rocky road, yes, sir, just to get to the Final Four out east to play Clarkson. And if they win, then they take on top-ranked Maine with only 1 loss this year. The Gophers seeded number 5 in the West go to Worcester, Massachusetts, Friday to face Clarkson, number 4 in the East. Now, the winner gets number 1, Maine. We got Doug Woog's reaction to that.
We were smiling yesterday, now we have to be concerned. We got Clarkson on Friday night, and the winner goes on to play Maine on Saturday, and Maine's only lost 1 game all year. So I think we probably are in the toughest bracket, but that's the challenge we face, and we got to go get it done.
Incidentally, UMD, University of Minnesota Duluth, receiving a number 4 seed in the West, and Wisconsin got number 6. Meanwhile, the basketball Gophers are a team without a court. They practice at St. Thomas today, preparing to play Oklahoma tomorrow night at the Target Center, but with Williams Arena under renovation and 15,000 tickets already sold, the Gophers have a chance to play in front of 19,000 fans tomorrow night.
I'm really excited about the fans. Again, I wanted to thank them for giving us a great support, because we need that kind of support as we try to advance in NIT. And we have very loyal fans here. I think the whole country getting to see this is really a basketball state.
ESPN's Brad Nessler will talk about that game as well as the NIT and the NCAA tournament coming up next on Rosen Sports Sunday. Mark will also have Brian Habib on the couch, and Sid Hartman will be on the phone at 330-9030. You might want to ask him why Bobby Knight's Hoosiers had so much trouble with Xavier of Ohio. Knight was reeling while watching Aaron Williams come up with a slam of the day here. Watch this one. He pulled Xavier within 1 point late in the game. Indiana had blown a 13-point lead, and they're going crazy on the Xavier bench. But when you've got Mr. Clutch out there, Calbert Cheney, it makes it a bit easier. Cheney scored 23 points as Indiana survives a scare. 73-70 was the final in that one. Indiana will now play Louisville, a 78-63 winner over Oklahoma State. In the Southeast, moving along in the second round, Wake Forest upended the Hawkeyes, ended Iowa's season 84-78. Kentucky, the number 1 seed, easily over Utah, 83-62. That other Big Ten power, Michigan, went to overtime before they beat UCLA in a buzzer beater off the rebound. Jalen Rose missed, but Jimmy King put in the rebound shot. A dispute followed, but you watch. It was a legal shot before the shot clock expired. Shot clock is in the lower left of your screen. It did hit the rim, making it a legal shot. And then King's basket was allowed. Michigan escapes after trailing by 19 points in the first half. Final score 86-84. The Michigan Wolverines advance. And elsewhere, they'll play George Washington, 90-80 winner over Southern University. Other second-round action, Cincinnati easily over New Mexico State. Virginia beats UMass, the 3rd seed, 71-56. This afternoon is filled with irony at the Target Center today. A Timberwolves fan was sitting in the front row for the first time when a Charlotte player slammed right into him. Now, we're happy to report the fan is okay tonight. Turns out that that fan writes the insurance on the Target Center building. Meanwhile, former Gopher Kevin Lynch returned home playing sparingly, but did score on that layup for the Hornets. Christian Leitner with a strong game, 27 points for Christian, but not much of a supporting cast with many Wolves on the injured list. Alonzo Mourning put the Wolves in Mourning with 24 points for the Hornets, including 14 rebounds as Charlotte hush-hushed the Wolfies. 99-95 is the final score there. Norm Stars looked lost today at the Met Center, which makes sense because it's really not their home rink anymore, is it? Detroit had a 3-0 lead 12 minutes into this afternoon's game, cruised to a 6-2 win. Russ Courtnall scored both goals for the Stars, giving him 30 for the first time in his career. The Stars have lost 10 straight in the Norris Division, and they're still tied with St. Louis for 4th place. The Blues do have a game in hand. Chicago beats Tampa Bay 3-2, that final score. Well, the old Willie Banks would have been happy with 3 runs in 5 innings, but for the new Willie Banks, it was his worst outing in the spring. The Twins did win anyhow today, 6-3 over the Pirates. The new Dave Winfield is playing just like the old one, but in a Twins uniform, of course. Best-looking 41-year-old in baseball, probably the world. Shows no signs of slowing down. Watch this. That's in there for a double, right? Nope. He's legged it out for a triple. Winnie went 3 for 3 today, drove in a run. Kirby Puckett's also in midseason form, 2 for 4 today with this Riddy. Always hitting, always hustling. The Puckster, who homered yesterday, says, let's start this thing for real. The Twins won at 6-3. Willis, Cashin, Wayne, and Dries all scoreless in relief. Twins face Boston tomorrow. And Gopher gymnast John Roethlisberger is the Big Ten all-around champion again, but this time he did it at home. Besides winning and becoming the first 4-time all-around winner in conference history, Roethlisberger won individual titles in vault and pommel horse today at the Bierman Building. What a great meet for the Olympian, and of course he is the son of the Gopher coach Fred Roethlisberger, a thing of beauty. So he did have a pretty good teacher.
That's the place to win in front of your home audience.
You got it.
Twins are looking good.
They are, like we say. Kirby just wants this thing to get going, so do a lot of fans.
That lineup's going to be tough.
First week in April.
Fun to watch. We'll be right back.
What at Target stretches, flattens, attacks the edge, takes the floor, devours dirt, carries your tools, and travels light? Hoover Uprights. The deluxe Hoover Elite 2 with attached tools and hose with 8-foot reach is only $89.99 now at Target.
Now is the time to get big savings at your Chrysler Plymouth Dealers minivan store during the big sales blowout. Get Plymouth Voyager now with a $500 rebate from Chrysler for under $14,500, equipped with air and automatic, or roomy Grand Voyager, starting at only $299 a month, equipped with air and automatic. The big sales blowout at your Chrysler Plymouth dealer now. Don't let it pass you by.
There's my rug that I went to another store and it was twice the price. That is it right there, the same exact rug. I have a Walmart bathroom upstairs, downstairs. Then I have my rug down here, downstairs with my computer stand and my bookshelf. All the girls at work, they tease me all the time. I say, guess what great deal I found? They call me Queen Walmart.
Steve Epke on a high residue performance of encapsulated partner herbicide.
Encapsulation allows it to shed off of the residue and get to the soil surface.
How about convenience, Steve?
I like working with a dry herbicide like Partner because it's easy to handle, it's easy to mix, and it's easy to measure.
Get the earlier, stronger, longer performance of timed release Partner with the convenience of a dry.
We've had excellent full season control of the grasses with Partner.
What at Target stretches, flattens, attacks the edge, takes the floor, devours dirt, carries your tools, and travels light? Hoover Uprights. The deluxe Hoover Legacy with attached tools and super stretch 11-foot hose is just $159.99 now at Target.
Finally tonight, crowds of kids and their parents spent part of today putting for a good cause, obviously not outside. Now, this is called the Sweet 18. It's an 8-story, that's right, 8-story golf course spread throughout the indoor courtyard of Bloomington's Embassy Suites Hotel, hence the name Sweet 18. Okay, I think you've got that by now. Money raised from today's putt-putt tournament goes to the Ronald McDonald House, a home away from home for families of children in the hospital.
Hope they raise a lot of money.
And I hope we can be playing golf outside by midweek.
It'll feel like you're going to want to because temperatures will be in the 50s. Not tomorrow, we'll be in the 30s, but 50s later on in the week. It'll feel like golf weather.
All right.
Highest paid lineman. We'll find out why. He's on Sports Sunday coming up.
Okay. Have a good week, everybody.
We'll see you. Bye-bye.
You're saying that if I use ordinary bacon grease, I just put that on the ball bearings and that clears up the squeak? You're a genius. That's my mom. Hey, you know, speaking of my car...
For people who have to talk on the phone a lot when away from home,
car wax and a hair conditioner.
MCI introduces 2 hours of free calling card
Hey,
calls.
Dad. Hey, how's it going? How's those taxidermy
Up to
lessons
2
going?
hours free with an MCI card.
Up to what? Wow. Hey, did I tell you I took up bowling?
Get up to 2 hours of talk free with the MCI card.
What do they call it duct tape for, anyway?
The Northland's largest volume Ford dealer, Towsley Ford,
celebrates the opening of the new Towsley Van Center.
located next to Towsley Ford, Towsley Van Center offers a huge selection of new and used vans.
Over 150 vans, including Waldock,
Tierra,
Universal,
Mark III,
Explorer,
Sierra,
plus indoor displays.
a separate sales staff especially trained to assist van customers.
And no haggling, no hassles, no headaches.
Just grand opening discounted prices clearly marked on every car, truck, and van.
Towsley Van Center, next to Towsley Ford in White Bear Lake.
DC Hay and Sharp copiers, the winning combination. From Sharp, a new line that redefines high-speed duplicating, the Master Series, introducing the time-saving, cost-efficient Sharp 2075 duplicator, flagship of the Master Series. DC Hay backs the Sharp 2075 with a documented commitment to service excellence. DC Hay and the Sharp 2075 duplicator, the winning combination.
You're watching WCCO Television, Minneapolis, St. Paul.